Hey, good morning, folks. Welcome back to another video by Beltur Tech VU3 Golf Whiskey November. So today I have a new device to explore. Tiny Spectrum Analyzer. This is the basic edition. Uh, Once I see how this works and how useful it is in the shack, I'll probably upgrade this to Ultra. There are three editions. If you go to tinysa.org, I'll put out a link in the description below. There are four editions. I think three, which will go up to 7. The final one, the top end, will go to 7.4 gigahertz. The middle one, I think the TinySA Ultra goes to 5.7 gigahertz, which is probably enough for most of the amps. This one goes up to 900 megahertz. So let's take a quick look at what is there in the box and what all we can do with this, calibration. Unlike Nano VNA, it doesn't have special open, short, close things. Just it'll do self calibration, which is great. We don't have to depend on those tiny, hard to find SMA adapters. So let's see what's there in the box. Okay, so we have a TinySA, then we have a USB C-type cable, then a SMA female to SMA female connector. Then in the box we have one whip antenna, then one stylus. There is also another guitar type stylus somewhere in the bottom here. Right? What you find in Nano VNA, and then two good quality SMA cables. I'm assuming this connector is used to connect these two. Okay, let's take a quick look at the device itself. Right, I can get this out of the box. Yeah, so let's look at the connectors that is given. You have USB Type C, then an on and off switch, and the multifunction toggle button, similar to what you have seen in Nano VNA. The Ultra has a micro SD card here where you can save your settings. This does not have one. So I've not seen any use cases where you need to save settings. I'm sure it will be there. That's why they would have provided, but I haven't seen it. Pretty much you can work this off, and it does, like I mentioned, it does self calibration. So you don't even need to show your save your calibrations, right? So switch it on, and you can see it starts off at 7.1. I've done some presets. Let me see if I can reset everything. 3, 2, 1. By the way, 4, 3, 2, 1 is the, if you have the Ultra, to unlock the Ultra, correct, use 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Clear 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's reset now. We'll start fresh. Before that, let me just take this off, keep it here. I love to yank it, save it. Yeah, anyway, so this is what it looks like. Look at the menus. Let me zoom in a little bit. Menus, so you can see pause means it will stop scanning there. It's always scanning. So preset, these are the storing memory stores that you find on Nano VNA, similar to that. We'll look at it another time. Level, what is the reference level, scale, attenuate. It's got a built-in attenuator. You can set up to, I think 40 dB is the built-in attenuator. So then this is external gain trigger. Listen, I think not possible in this, because I know for sure that TinySA Ultra has a 3.5 mm aux port that you can connect a headphone and listen. Not possible in this unless you connect this to a laptop and then load up the appropriate drivers and do all that stuff. I think there is some documentation somewhere, right? So back to that, and then you have the display. You can also set up a waterfall display here, which I found it fantastic. Very nice waterfall display, and then big number. It will show your waterfall will go away, but it will show a big number, easy on the eyes for older hams. And then sweep time, sweep point, sweep accuracy, rotate display back, and then the markers. You can set up how many markers you want and how you are tracking it. Then config. So this is the self test and the level calibration I was talking about. We'll come back to that. DFU is the firmware update mode. So there are some firmwares available. Always go via TinySA, and you need to download the STM32 program itself. It's available. I'll see if I can figure that out and put a link to one of the videos which help you do the firmware update. I haven't done that. I'll probably do it and put up another video for firmware update for this. We saw this. I'm not getting into all the options now, but config, this is the config mode. This is the very important one. So return to low in, right? This is the low, this is the high. When you by default it is always let's go back into this one. Can you see this? By default it is DC 0 hertz to 350 megahertz, but actually it is 230 I think, or 260, and then when you switch to high it is 240, yeah, 240 to 959 megahertz. Okay, so it comes in two modes. So if you are measuring something at UHF, say 440 megahertz, you need to tie up an antenna here or connect the from the radio, you need to connect the output to this. If you are connecting it directly with a cable, I'm telling you right now, add an attenuator, otherwise you'll end up blowing this, right? Or you can just use the antenna. I'll just show you how that will work, right? So I'll keep that aside. So let us switch to back to low in, and you can see it start from 0 to 350 again. Also you can change to signal generator mode. Switch to low out is again if you want to generate any signal between 0 to 240 250 megahertz, it is low out. Anything about 240, it is high out, right? So let's select this in for now. Let's look at how to calibrate this. That's the first thing you will do. So take this out and take one of the cables. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, and connect this to high, and then you connect this to low. Right, let me zoom this. Let's look at how to do the self-test. So go to config. Let me zoom in this a little bit. Go to config and then self-test. Ensure you have connected both of these cables, right? Do a self-test, and as you can see, it will start the self-test. Wait for it to complete. Sometimes it could randomly fail. Just do it again. It should be fine. Now the attenuator is getting tested. Wait for that. Yeah, it's done. That is self-test. That is calibration also done. Sorry, calibration is level calibration is pending. You can just say reset calibration and then calibrate. It says calibration busy, calibration complete. That's all, right? Now your device is ready to be used. So let's quickly connect something to the low, not something, the whip antenna that was provided. We will connect it to the low, and let's quickly test it. Yeah, so I'll take this my function, put it to 148 megahertz. That sounds about fine. Put it on low, and then it's 0 to so when I do this, you can see that at exactly 147,989 it's showing a peak, and there is some harmonics here expected out of these cheap but useful radios, right? So that's how you quickly test, and you can test other for example, I'll need to switch this to back mode, switch to high in. I don't need to change the antenna. I think this is good enough for picking up at such small distances. Let me type in 044 0 0 0 0. Yeah, so when I do this, you can see a spike there, right, at 446.5 megahertz. So there is some deviations, so that is fine. We are transmitting at low, so that's how you test the tiny spectrum. I mean, this is a very basic test. I'm not getting into the complete details of it. There are other videos which will get into that, right? Let me show you the signal generator. So mode, you can go to low out, So here at frequency is 10 megahertz. I'll set it to say I have my G90 here. Okay, we'll come back to that. So I'll just show you here itself. You can hear the spike here when I set it to 0, 1, 4, 6, 0, 0, 0. So I'll just put it here, high volume, and let me zoom out a little bit. So what I'm doing here is setting this frequency to 146.0 megahertz. Level is 7 dB, should be fine. Sweep nothing. Mod is FM 3 kilohertz. I can set this to FM. Yeah, it's already in FM, right? So now all you need to do is go back and see, hear the tone. That's a very, very strong tone. See, it's showing plus 73 dB. Switch it off. Maybe we need to reduce the level, say 10 dB, 28, 38 dB. So it's reduced. Yes, 9. So reduce it a little more. So okay, another thing in signal generator, this can go is minus 76 dB. Actually, minus 73 dB is S9. And then minus 63 is S9 plus 10 dB, 53 is 20 dB, goes on like that. It can't go below minus 76 dB. So max you can test is S9 at minus 73 dB. The ultra goes up to minus 116 dB, so you can test up to S1, S2, right? So that is the limitation of the basic TinySA. But I mean, testing that should be fine. That's one use case. I'm sure there are other use cases that I haven't covered. So this is a quick overview of TinySA generation as well. Let's go back. Okay, let's switch it off. So this is TinySA Basic. I'm glad you're able to be with me in this quick journey. Thank you very much, and I'll come back with S meter testing for G90 first and then 7300. Thank you very much.